Lots and lots of drama in the UFO community, but we're staying out of it. We're just here to bring you the breaking news in regards to the phenomenon captured by you, the public. Welcome everybody from around the world. This is Blake Cousins, Third Phase of Moon, and we've got some incredible UFO videos that we're going to go over tonight. So buckle up, take a look at this. South America rocks it again with the broad daylight sighting of something very peculiar in the sky. I'm trying to figure out what's the propulsion behind this. What is making this object seem to levitate and defy physics with unknown propulsion behind it? I've got my brother here, Brent, and he's looking at this right now. He found this earlier today, and that's why we're sharing it with you right now to get your guys' opinion of what this possibly could be. I'm not seeing any kind of wind in the area, so I'm gonna have to roll out a kite. The birds give some perspective to it as they fly by. This craft is very unusual. I don't see any kind of suspension. I don't see any evidence of a drone. What's going on here, guys? Brent, what's your thoughts? Hey guys, welcome to the show. Blake, this is pretty badass footage to say the least. We're looking at something very peculiar. When people have things to talk in the UFO community, we should just go straight for the evidence. The UFOs, when it comes down to it, we need to see it and talk about it and break it down. Some of this infighting, what's going on, needs to be left back in 2021. We're moving on. It's 2022, and we're looking at great footage right here. Blake just said a couple things. What's keeping this up in the air? This thing's quite large, and its unusual shape leaves you wondering, what could this be? I like the way it just stays there, and the way the birds flew in front of it. I'm ruling out that this is CGI. What we're looking at is something real, and this is a great capture. Now, the big question, what is it? That's a good question, Brent. And what's another thing that you're stating is the platforms, such as UFO Twitter, sometimes basically refuses to share the evidence from the public as it comes into Third Phase of Moon. It seems that they banded together to ban Third Phase of Moon's content or even talk about it. It's the most ridiculous thing I've heard. UFO Twitter, we're here. We're trying to get the evidence out. That's important. This community deserves better. Now, let's get some more evidence of what appears to be a possible ancient civilization structure captured by Google Maps. We've got these Google coordinates that was shared with me today, and what are we looking at? This is just off Baja, California, off the Coronado Island, and what are we looking at appears to be an ancient civilization. We're doing some wraparound using Google 3D to take a good look at it, and what appears to be something with pillars. This structure, whatever it is, seems to be over a mile long, and scientists say that it's slowly moving. If you could imagine, about 10,000 years ago, the water was approximately 500 feet lower than it is now. Could it be possible that a civilization once existed long ago when the water receded 500 feet, where most people would gather by the coast to gather fish and other things so they could use the ocean? Could this structure possibly be evidence of an ancient civilization? You could see the massive pillars. Who could have built this and why? Some people are speculating that this could be natural in its way of formation, but there isn't really anything around the surrounding area that looks anything like this. It stands out like a sore thumb, literally. We're going to compare it to the sighting off the Malibu coast via Google Earth. And again, it looks exactly like the same people constructed this. This is a few hundred miles away, but I did a little computer enhancement to show how the water would have receded about 10,000 years ago. And you could see here what it could have looked like with foliage, vegetation along the coast. You could see that this looks like a structure, that it's not natural indeed. And the similarities off the coast of Malibu looks exactly like the structure found off the coast of Baja California. Again, it seems like it's the same architectural design. Who could have done this, and why? Is this an advanced alien race that built this? I don't know, but I think what really needs to happen is we need some scientists or adventurers or archaeologists, marine biologists. I don't know, James Cameron, if you're listening, how about you help us out? You're the man with the submarines. Let's get down there and solve these mysteries and do it right, because people need to know. This could change the history books. Is this something natural? It doesn't look like it. Brent, I want to get your opinion on this, and what are the implications? What was discovered off the coast of Baja?
Yeah, Blake, check it out. Isla Coronado. What's the mystery of what's going on deep beneath the ocean there? It seems like you look at the surrounding area of this mega structure, it seems dug out. You can see actually this protruding dome, cathedral-like structure. It's amazing. But again, it looks like the remnants of everything else around this structure was basically moved away. Could this be something that could change the history books of what we've been seeing? Malibu lights up, and this is almost along the same coast, so that makes it even more interesting. Doing a little research on this thing almost reaches 4 miles in length, and that makes it massive. You could even see the sidewalls have even characteristics of these columns. What's with the columns? Why can't we get down there? It's so deep. It takes a heavy excavation team just to get down there to research this. If this is indeed close to 3 to 4 miles long, it would be the world's largest constructed structure in the world.
Absolutely, Brent. If you could imagine the technology about 10,000 years ago, before a possible advanced civilization was wiped out from existence, is this the remains? If so, the implications are massive, and in my opinion, only structures like this could survive something of the cataclysmic events that Brian Forrester talk about. If you know about Brian Forrester, you might want to check out his channel. He gets into heavy detail in regards to this subject of a cataclysmic event that possibly wiped out an advanced civilization 12,000 years ago and maybe before that. But it's incredible what's going on around the world, these new discoveries. It's so grateful that we could share them with you right here at Third Phase Moon.
还有在动耶，感觉有点像气球哎。气球也不可能飞上。气球，就是气球。可能是恐龙气球，然后还要飞向外太空。全部飞到云上面去了。我看到了吗？五角星。哇，我看到了，后面好像有那个火，感觉有点火的感觉。
是吗？
对，感觉有火带着它一直飞的那种，带着那种一直飞，然后它还有那个火还是对着。是不是后面感觉有点火？
应该是气球吧。
那后面也不可能有那种
望远镜呢？
望远镜来，爸爸。
我看看
拿到啊？
是什么？在哪里啊？
不懂。
Right, we're looking at this video again. I'm kind of slowing it down, and I'm trying to get in as close as possible and get a good look at whatever this thing is. But as it comes into focus, it is very clear that it is unlike anything I've seen before. Let's just put it that way. Have you guys seen anything like this? It has its own characteristics of a morphine capability. Brent, what do you make of this?
It's so stationary. That's what caught my eye. It doesn't oscillate or move. It seems to be drifting very kind of consciously. It seems to know what it's doing. It's so strange, but it's very cool when she pulls back that you can see that this thing's quite some distance from her. So whatever we're looking at, I'm going to say it's pretty big. I'm going to say probably about the size of maybe a vehicle or a minibus. Notice the lights. It's kind of just reflecting. I'm wondering if these are power source lights or just a reflection off the sun glinting off this object. I just saw that bird fly right next to it too as well. So it gives a little scale of what this thing is. It's big, Blake.
Yeah, some people might dismiss this as some kind of mylar, but it doesn't seem to me that it is. It definitely seems that it's there, it's suspended, it's not a drone, it's not CGI in my opinion. I think what we're looking at is legit. It's in the sky. This is great stuff coming out of Japan. Guys, I want to get your opinion. What do you think that was in the sky? Now, for our next submission, it's quite incredible when a police officer reached out to me earlier today and shared his video and testimony in regards to what he captured while he was on patrol. Watch this. So usually these kind of videos, I would dismiss them and probably not show them to you because, it's hard to tell exactly what this object is. I'm getting a closer look at it, but in reality, it could just be anything. But what brings the provenance behind it, the legitimacy, is that it was a police officer that came forward, shared this evidence, and it's not the only time he's captured this in Illinois. So this is interesting stuff. A police officer and his other police officer mates are actually experiencing weird things over Moni, Illinois, and it's interesting to share this. When law enforcement comes forward and submits incredible video along with testimony, it's quite incredible, but when he has a partner that are in chase of a UFO, it really doesn't get much better than that. Now for our next video, a series of videos out of Japan, something falling out of the sky. Watch this. Is it me, or are these fireballs falling out of the skies all over the planet? Is there a pickup? And these incredible images coming in from Western Japan is amazing to me that we have not even had like an impact as of any time since many years ago in Russia. It seems like it's bound to happen. I'm glad nobody was hurt in this, but it seems to me, I'm not a fearmonger, I'm just saying that, have you noticed that this celestial fireballs falling out of the sky, these meteors are on a pickup? Brent, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, Blake, I was scrolling through the news earlier today, and then I picked this up right out of Japan. This happened, I think, about 14 hours ago, and wow, that place lit up. Notice that fireball, as soon as it gets close, it just explodes, and it created that huge fireball effect. It was an awesome celestial event. What's going on? It seems like, again, Blake, like you just said, the frequency of these meteor celestial events are on the rise.
Now for our next video. From Bayshore, New York, I received this just moments ago. Apparently, there was a lot of lights in the skies. He managed to capture this phenomenon. Watch this. All right, the source behind this video reached out to me just 5 hours ago, and Diaz says this in his statements. He said it was captured earlier this month, in November 19th, in Bayshore, New York. He says, we observed the lights in the late afternoon. He says he doesn't know if these were helicopters, military, but he says he did an aircraft track with an application, and he didn't find any helicopters around. He says they first saw the lights coming out from the horizon, then he decided to grab his recording device and capture this. He says there was almost 20 lights in the beginning, but he got something at the very end, and we're glad to share it with you. Diaz captured this again in Bayshore, New York, November 19th. Anybody in the area witness anything, any kind of military activity? I want to do a follow-up. I shared with you a video out of Italy of what appears to be a TR-3B. Now we have the eyewitness who's come forward and shared his actual accounts of what he filmed in Italy. Watch this.
Hi Blake, my name is Damian and I live in Poland, but I'm working in Italy. I am Iveco test driver. Last night I got a highway on the night. I ride this road 4 times, 5 times in the week. If I drive, I see information about the highway. It was a crash accident, car accident or something like that. When I drive, I see right side of the road was closed, and I see about the sky these 3 lights. When I stop, I pick up my mobile phone and I stop recording this object. When I recorded, this object was did not move, just hanging about the night sky. It's really huge, it's really massive. He got size about the football field or something like that. He got no noise, just hanging in the sky. When I drive, I see on the window this object about 14 feet above me. It's really huge, and I talk like a size like a football field. No, not noise, just hanging. He got camouflage on something like that, like a thermo-optical camouflage. From my opinion, he was. I see this in sci-fi movie like a Predator or something like that. He have structure like a water or mirage or something like that. I see the stars above him, but the picture was like a blurry or something like that. When I stop recording, I drive and I see maybe 20 police. He got armed, and I see on the right side of the road I see small black truck. On the roof he have something like a radar or antenna to communication on something like that. For me it's really strange. If I see this object, for me is unbelievable. It's awesome. For me, it's awesome to see this object on the sky. Thank you, Blake.
So this is what Third Phase of Moon is all about, dealing with the public from around the world, dealing with their videos, their testimony, uploading it, and getting the information out as fast as possible. And I want to thank Damon for coming forward and actually recording himself, putting himself on camera, doing this update as well to get his side of the story. Some people were saying that we made this story up, Damien doesn't even exist, but here he is, he's come forward, and again, it's really brave of the public and their testimony. You're seeing it. People are coming forward. They're not afraid anymore. So if you guys captured anything like this, you guys do the same thing. I want to thank everybody for joining us on this incredible Third Phase Moon episode. We've got a lot of UFO videos coming in. This whole week has been piling up with UFOs, and my email has been flooded again. We're going to have another episode with more videos. Tell you what, we're going to do a radio show and share videos taking your calls from around the world. So buckle up for that. And if you want to hit it, hit this right now. We're not alone, everybody. Get down and dance. We'll see you next time.
Looking around thinking it's only you. Only to find we're many more than a few. Where do they lie? How come we seldom see them? Right in between the lines is where they reside. No reason to fear, we know who's here. The narrative falls, trickle through the years on everyone. system. No more lies rolling through the haze. History worth mention. We're not alone, as many believe. We're not alone, as many believe.
I hope you guys enjoyed this special episode right here at Third Phase of Moon. And if you've enjoyed the music, hey, look, we got the album out. It's called Third Phase of Moon, Behind the Veil. It's streaming on all audio platforms, Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. It's all there. And again, we're going to keep bringing you the UFO videos on a daily basis. We got so much coming in. Buckle up for that, everybody. And make sure you hit that subscription button and the notification bell to be notified when Third Phase of Moon goes live with these premieres. I appreciate everybody in the chat tonight. You guys are rocking it tonight. And that super chat, wow, you guys are very generous. We appreciate you guys and the members who've joined Third Phase of Moon. All you beautiful members out there that have joined us, wow, we appreciate you guys too. We've got a lot of exclusive content for you guys. So let me tell you, a lot of things are happening. We're working on the sequel to Countdown to Disclosure and much, much more. This is Blake Cousins, along with my brother Brent. You guys be safe out there and keep your eyes on the skies. We'll see you next time.
Find a way to communicate. A solid system. No more lies rolling through the haze.